Hello everyone. Today I will be showing you the mass status change and the inactive record manager features in ClassJuggler. These tools can help you manage the size of your database and help with cutting some of your costs. The first feature we will discuss today is the mass status change tool. This tool allows you to easily change the status of large groups of student and customer records from active to inactive. To get to the mass status change, we're going to click on Tools from the blue main menu, and then from the purple sidebar menu, we're going to click on Mass Status Change. Student statuses are changed first with this tool, since to affect customer records, the student has to be made inactive first. To run the Mass Status Change tool for students, you'll want to select all students or specific group of students to get started. I'm going to click on All. And if you want to include students who are currently registered but not enrolled in an active class, you can click the Allow Registered Students to be Made Inactive option. And I'm going to click that option. After selecting all the options, come to the purple Select Action button and click Select. So ClassJuggler has told me there are 5 total active students in all student groups that can be made inactive, and the selected students may also have an active registration. So to verify that you are only inactivating the students that you want to inactivate, click on the View Print List of Students Before Updating link to preview the list of students who will be affected. So let's click on this link. Okay, I'm looking at my students and I am happy with all of those. And then I am going to click the purple Update Action button. ClassJuggler will ask you to confirm you want to change these active students in all student groups to an inactive status. And I want to click on Yes. Next, let's look at the Mass Status Change feature for the customer. We need to select which customers we are going to process by choosing a customer category. On the Customer Category drop-down selector, we want to select All or a specific customer category. I'm going to select All. And then the option to skip customers with a balance due. If you want that option, you would click on that option. And then I will select the purple Select button. Again, ClassJuggler is telling me there are 6 total active customers in all customer categories that can be made inactive, and the selected customers have no account balance due. I'm going to view and print this list of customers before I'm updating. Review this list of customers, and I'm going to click the Update. And I will click Yes. Now that we have discussed changing the status of student and customers, our next step is to look at how you can mass delete customer and or student records based on how long they have been inactive. The Inactive Record Manager is the tool that allows you to perform this function. It's very important to note that deleting family data using this tool is permanent, so please be very careful. So when should you delete inactive records, and how does this affect your ClassJuggler account? Over time, you may accumulate a lot of data on families who are no longer patrons of your business. Most ClassJuggler clients will keep at least 2 years of historical data for tax and liability purposes and for marketing. Some businesses have longer liability requirements, like gymnastics schools, and may hold up to 7 years or more data. You may want to consider deleting some of your old family data, after backing up that data, of course. This will help keep your database at a reasonable size and your ClassJuggler costs down. Prior to running the Inactive Record Manager, it's very important to make backups of your important data. Even if you think you won't need it in the future, chances are that's exactly when you will need it. Luckily, the online help guide has an entire section dedicated to helping you back up your most important data. There are 4 different reporting features that ClassJuggler recommends running for backing up your data. The first report ClassJuggler recommends is the Customer Listing Report. This report is used to back up your customer data and is very easy to use. Let's take a look at this report. From the blue main menu, we're going to click on Reports. And from the sidebar menu, we'll click on Customer Reports and then Customer Listing. You're going to run this report as a CSV data export with the status filter set to Inactive. And this is so that you will have a snapshot of all your customers that could be deleted before you run the Inactive Record Manager tool. So let's click on Generate Report. I'm going to click that Customer Listing Report, and here is our CSV report with all the customers that are inactive and could be mass deleted. The second report you should run is the Student Listing Report. This report allows you to make a backup of your student data. You find this report under Reports, Student Reports, and Student Listing Reports. You also want to run this report as a CSV data export. So I'll change that to my report type. And I also want to put my status as inactive so that I can get a list of all my inactive students prior to the delete. And then we'll generate this report. Okay, and here is a sample report, a CSV report of all the students that are inactive and could be mass deleted. The third report we will run is used to back up your customer account history. This report is found on the Billing main menu. So we'll go to Billing. And it's the number 5, Print Email Statements. We'll click on that. This report needs to be run as a print type report, which it's already in the print statements. We also want to run this status as inactive. We want to put the display to all. And we want to click on Show Voided Transactions and Show Details so that we get all the information on every transaction. And then we will generate this report. All right, so I'm going to say OK. And this report will be sent to the batch report. So I'm going to close that. I also want to point out one last thing. I've run this payment group as my regular group, but I have 2 other payment groups. So I would need to run this report with all 3 payment groups to get all the information that I need. All right, finally, if you want student enrollment history, which will be lost when deleted, you can run the Class Enrollees report. So we go to the Class Reports from the purple sidebar menu under Reports and click on Class Enrollees. We want to run this report active or expired classes. So the type of report is the active or expired classes. You can run it in either a PDF or a CSV format. And you do need to enter a date range so that it covers the period of time for the students that you'll be deleting. I'm going to be entering October 1st, 2017 through September 30th, 2018. And then I will generate my report. Okay, and here is a sample of your Class Enrollees report. So that now that we have backed up all the information we need to keep, we're ready to run our Inactive Record Manager. So again, from the blue main menu, I'm going to click on Tools, and from the sidebar menu, the Inactive Record Manager. You can run the Inactive Record Manager one of 2 ways, either by running the customer and student deletions, or by just running the student deletions. Deleting customer records will also delete any student and all other associated data, including transactions, attendance, class history, skills, etc. So if some of the customer data is important to you, just delete the students. This will leave the customer records untouched, but will delete all associated student data. To run the Inactive Record Manager, you first need to enter a prior to date. This sets the cutoff date for customers and students to records that have been active prior to the date you provide. For example, if you wanted to only purge records that have been inactive for over 2 years, you would set the date to something like March 1st, 2017. I'm going to enter a future date because my demo does not have older inactive students or customers. And then I'm going to click the Select. So after you enter a date and click on the Select button, you will now see a count of customers and student records that are in an inactive status and could be purged. If there are no customer and student records that were in an inactive status prior to the date you entered, you will see a message that none were found. You can view and print the two lists showing the records that can be deleted prior to deleting them by clicking on the View Print links underneath the counts. And we definitely recommend that you do this. So I'm going to just check out my lists. All right, that's the students and customers. And then this one is just student records. Okay, after checking those out, you may then select to delete these records. So if I were going to delete these, I would click on the delete under the student record because I want to keep my customer records. And then ClassJuggler is going to ask you to verify your delete choice with 2 confirmations. And this is designed to ensure you do not accidentally click delete. So if you were ready to delete, you could click yes. But because of this demo, I will say no. Well, I hope today's webinar on the Mass Status Change and Inactive Record Manager tools has been informative and has helped you better understand the ways in which you can better organize your family records, reduce clutter, and reduce costs with these powerful tools.